The name itself will give you an idea about the character and the kind of superhero he is. Never neglect the voice of the smallest creature, as they might just turn out to be a cornerstone in your life. That was exactly what happened in Avengers Endgame. The man who showed a way to revert the destruction done by Thanos. Okay, so you might be guessing the name, and a few of you have probably guessed it right. Yes, it's the Ant-Man in the Evo house today. Welcome back to Evo Chronicles, where we showcase the evolution of movies, video games, and characters. And in this video, we're going to see the evolution of Ant-Man. The Marvel Cinematic Universe has been one of the fastest growing fictional universes in history. And when Ant-Man, created by Stan Lee, Larry Lieber, and Jack Kirby, first appeared in the MCU, he instantly became a fan favorite character. Mostly due to Paul Rudd's, the man who portrayed the character on screen, amazing interpretation. Ant-Man 2015. In 1989, scientist Hank Pym resigns from S.H.I.E.L.D. after discovering their attempt to replicate his Ant-Man shrinking technology. You all know what S.H.I.E.L.D. does, right? And their main focus was on shrinking technology. Believing the technology would be dangerous if replicated, Pym vows to hide it for as long as he lives, as it can create utter destruction when it gets into the wrong hands.
As long as I am alive, nobody will ever get that formula.
Well, it was in 1989 when these things happened, but time passed in a flow, and the present day hits new realities. This is the time when Scott Edward Harris Lang, a former convicted thief who was struggling to pay child support to his estranged wife for visitation rights to his daughter, Casey Lang, gets introduced. With the promise of money, he was convinced by Hank Pym to take on the mantle of Ant-Man, a superhero with an advanced suit designed to shrink its wearer to tiny size while increasing one's toughness, agility, and physical strength. Like, seriously, are you kidding me? Giving an ability to shrink, that too in the hands of a thief, is not so good an idea. But when Hydra was the challenger, you surely needed someone like him to fix things out. Trained under both Pym and his daughter Hope Van Dyne, Ant-Man was given the task to stop selling his Yellow Jacket suit design and a copy of the Pym particles formula to Hydra in the 10 Rings. To defeat Yellow Jacket, Ant-Man had to shrink small enough to enter Yellow Jacket's suit and destroy it, sending Ant-Man to the quantum realm. Well, some of you might gasp at the word quantum realm, because this is the word that's tied to the entire destruction done by Thanos. What happened with... wait a minute, I'm getting off track. We'll get to that. So, where were we? Ant-Man's heroism helped restore his relationship with Casey. Lang soon learned that the Avengers were seeking to recruit him. The best part of time is that it changes. A few years back, he was a thief and was even in jail, and now the Avengers are all set to recruit him. What else does anyone want? A place in the mighty Avengers to save the world. In a post-credit scene, Wilson and Steve Rogers have Bucky Barnes in their custody. Unable to contact Tony Stark because of the Accords, Wilson mentions that he knows someone who can help. So, was that the Ant-Man? This was the question that was left behind in everybody's mind. Captain America Civil War 2016. Ant-Man joined Captain America's side during the Avengers Civil War, having been recommended by the Falcon following their previous encounter at the Avengers compound. And then the mighty scene that just sweeps away almost every Marvel fan off their feet takes its place. The fight between the Iron Man team and the Captain America team, with which Ant-Man joined hands with. It could be purely said that it was the Ant-Man, or say the mighty big man, who made the mission possible, and both Bucky and Steve could escape. When the Iron Man and his allies looked in complete control and were about on the verge of victory, the Ant-Man converted himself into mighty big creature that just stopped every superhero, subsequently helping Steve to fly away from there. Ant-Man and several of his new allies were then arrested by Thaddeus Ross, who had them imprisoned in the raft for breaking the Sokovia Accords. Now, Steve eventually freed them all, but Ant-Man made a deal with the FBI to be put under house arrest so that he could still spend time with his family. Ant-Man and the Wasp, 2018. Scott Lang balances both being a superhero and a father. Hope Van Dyne and Dr. Hank Pym present an urgent new mission that finds the Ant-Man fighting alongside the Wasp to uncover secrets from their past. He gets grappled with the consequences of his choices as both a superhero and a father. He struggles to rebalance his home life with his responsibilities as Ant-Man. 2 years after Scott Lang was placed under house arrest due to his involvement with the Avengers in violation of the Sokovia Accords, Hank Pym and his daughter Hope Van Dyne briefly managed to open a tunnel to the quantum realm. They believe Pym's wife Janet Van Dyne might be trapped there after shrinking to subatomic levels in 1987. When he had previously visited the quantum realm, Lang had unknowingly become quantumly entangled with Janet, and now he receives an apparent message from her. Opening a stable version of the tunnel, Pym, Hope, and Lang are able to contact Janet, who gives them a precise location to find her, but warns that they only have 2 hours before the unstable nature of the realm separates them for a century. Using a truth serum, Burke learns the trio's location from Lang's business partners Luis, Dave, and Kurt, and informs a contact at the FBI. Ant-Man, Wasp, and Pym eventually succeeded in rescuing Janet from the quantum realm, and Ant-Man was able to return home to finish his house arrest, narrowly avoiding an extended prison sentence. Oh god, looks like in his entire life he's only managed to get saved from getting prisoned. In every instance anyway, though, he finds himself in a position of getting punished. In a mid-credits scene, Pym, Lang, Hope, and Janet plan to harvest quantum energy to help Ava remain stable. While Lang is in the quantum realm doing this, the other three turn to dust. Avengers Endgame 2019. He went to the quantum realm to gather quantum particles for Ghost, but gets trapped as Pym's entire family was turned to dust by Thanos following the snap, along with half of all life in the universe. This was the moment that changed everything from there onwards. Ant-Man was unable to escape until 2023, but as soon as he got out of the realm, he regrouped with the Avengers, letting them know how the quantum realm works and how everything can be undone. Ant-Man then officially joined the Avengers and participated in the Time Heist.
Time heist? Yeah, time heist.
Where they successfully managed to acquire the 6 Infinity Stones from alternate pasts and brought them to their timeline, using the stones to resurrect the victims of Thanos' snap. Alternate Thanos, who got to know about the Avengers' plan, came as an obstacle, but by then all the superheroes arrived to fight against the mightiest villain. Then, the historic scene where the fight happens. Thanos and his army were eventually destroyed, after which Lang celebrated the victory with Van Dyne and Casey and attended Tony Stark's funeral. Well, the story of the ant who is a man hasn't finished yet, but we too don't know what's about to come. By that, we mean a new Ant-Man movie, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, will get its release in the year 2023, where we'll get to know more about Ant-Man's life. So, that's all for today's video. Do let us know how much you got to know about the Ant-Man from watching this video. Stay connected until we bring you another superhero evolution.
Sorry. What? Awesome.